So I am going to walk us through my process of learning how to use a new tool that Diigo has just put out called Outliner. I am a big fan of Diigo. I've used it for a while now. It's a social bookmarking site. There's a little tiny D that I've installed an applet here. I can move the screen to show you. Right there is a button that I can press to bookmark any of my sources to my own Diigo account. In fact, I'll quickly show you. Here's my account. Now, we used to have something right here underneath my tags that was called my lists. And whenever I bookmark something, I could tag it. I could add it to a list. In fact, here, maybe I can just show you how I would do that. So here's a page, and I'm going to click on my blue D button at the top, and you can see, let's see if I can move this down. You can see I've got all these options of what I can do to the page. So I could save it. And oh, I need to reload the page. So once I tag a page, here we go, it'll be red right there. But I could add it to, I used to be able to add it to a list, and now they've taken away my lists. I can still add it to a list here, but now they're starting to call this thing Outliner, and they're going to take away lists. So I want to figure out what the heck this Outliner thing is and how it works. So I'm going to go back to that page where it talks about this new Outliner. Problem is, I just watched this little 2-minute video they had, and all it did was say, Outliner lets you organize, and it didn't really show us how it works. And yeah, it doesn't seem to be super useful in explaining how this works. So I'm going to actually just try it out, and it tells me that I get to upgrade. So we will try this whole upgrade process and see what the heck happens. So here we go. Yep, it's free to upgrade. That's nice. Please view your list and delete ones before upgrading it later. Nope, I like all my lists. I'm going to keep all my lists. See, I have one for EdTech. Yeah. Okay, I'm good. I'm not really sure where I'm supposed to click next. Yep. This is very not user-friendly. Oh, I guess I have to individually click how to upgrade each one. Alright. We will upgrade all of my lists. Sorry, you're just going to have to go with me while I upgrade here. This should only take a moment. Alright, you can see that most of my interests are school-related. But that's why I'm a PhD student, right? Because that's what I like to do in my spare time. Why else would you leave your job of 12 years and go back to school? Okay, so now let's try going back to my library and see what happens. Okay, I still have my tags. Not really sure. My outliners. Let's try that link. Alright, this is the same video that I watched just a second ago, and it was useless. So let's try clicking on getting started. Click to open the tutorial outliner. That sounds more promising. Okay, use the tab key to indent and shift and tab to outdent. A bullet point, great. Okay. Insert bookmarks. Nice. We have a link for an outliner. Okay, so basically I think it's taking my lists and turning them into outlines so that, interesting. Alright, so let's just take my EdTech one for instance. So I've got all these links, but I guess the idea is to turn them into something that makes sense. So I could try to organize these by some of the different topics that we covered in the EdTech class, and that would add some sense of organization to what's going on here. So, unfortunately, I think that would mean that I have to go through all of these to see what I've got. But for right now, I could probably create things like PBL and project-based learning, I could create links like ethics. I could create links about pedagogy. What else did I save stuff for? Multimedia. Let's just start with that. TPAC, that one's pretty obvious. I can... Ooh, what popped up over there? I can zoom in, add note, export, or delete. I think I just want to move this sucker up here to pedagogy. And then I'm gonna, oops, I'm gonna select this guy. Will it let me tab it in? No. It said that I was supposed to, oh, there we go. Now I can tab it in. So, interesting. So it's basically encouraging me to not just have a list of bookmarks, but to organize that list of bookmarks. Interesting. So I could take the PBL. Oops. Let's move this up a little bit more. PBL can go up here. And I can tab it in again. Interesting. I wonder when I save something new now, if it will prompt me to add it to a certain section of my outline. So let's try, let's see if I've got another. Well, let's just go to that metacognition one. Let's see if I can re-bookmark that and add it to the EdTech site. So if I want to add it to an outliner, metacognition, let's put that under, well, we'll put it under EdTech, and I'm not sure where I'd want to put it. So if I put it under EdTech, well, it looks like it's still going to go back to the same list I had in the first place. So if I reload, I go back to EdTech. Yep, there's my metacognition one. So I still have to come in here and create my outline. So it's really the functionality of using it from the website that I want to bookmark in the first place is still the same. It's like saving it to a list. But now my list is, I can edit my list and make it into an outline so that if I share this publicly, which we have right here, I can either copy it into it looks like I can copy it into a Word document, or I can share the link with a class of students. They can see it as an outline as opposed to just a list of websites. So that's kind of an interesting new functionality to it. Well, I'm glad I explored that. Now I can see some new ways that I can use Diigo to share websites that I have found in a slightly more useful format for students.